And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick time out and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for college football week 12. And of course, this is the Big Ten edition. But before we go ahead and dive into some more free content right here on YouTube, just got to quickly remind you once again that we are 4-1 in our last 5 extra daily picks on patreon.com/BrockPage. And of course, the extra daily pick is a membership that I offer on that website. And if you want to access today's extra daily pick, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. We're also 3-1 in our last 4 Underdog tier package picks on that site as well. And access to the Underdog tier is only going to cost you just $4.99. Now, we currently have over 750 members signed up and active on that site. So if you're curious about signing up, if you're kind of on the fence, there's plenty of people out there that are signed up. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And moving on, we are going to take a look at Illinois squaring off against Nebraska. And that's going to be a 12 p.m. Eastern kickoff in Corn Country. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are -15 at home. Total's 59. Nebraska opened up the season losing their first 2 ball games. They've also failed to cover the number in 2 out of their last 3. Now, this Cornhusker defense is allowing 32 points a game and 205 yards a game on the ground. Meanwhile, offensively, not so good there either. Nebraska scoring just 20 points per contest, and they throw for less than $180 a game. The Cornhuskers are completing just 61% of their passes, and they have just 1 passing touchdown on the season. Now, the Huskers don't have any receivers over the 100-yard mark yet, as their leading pass catcher on the team is averaging just 32 receiving yards per game. That is certainly not a good trend, not a good statistic there. And, of course, out of Nebraska's last 20 home games over the past couple of seasons, the Cornhuskers have successfully covered the number in just 30% of those contests. So Nebraska really not doing a great job covering the number at home over the past couple of seasons. Now, they are taking on an Illinois program who's coming fresh off a nice 3-point victory over a gritty Rutgers team. Illinois has also successfully covered the number in 2 out of their last 3 ball games. Purdue and Rutgers, they got the job done against. Now, the Fighting Illini is rushing for over 245 yards per game on the road. Running back Chase Brown has nearly 250 rushing yards on the season through 3 games. 7.1 yards per carry he's averaging. And running back Mike Epstein also has 225 yards on the year, along with 3 rushing touchdowns. Epstein's averaging nearly 6 yards per carry. Meanwhile, this Illinois defense, as much as they've struggled in certain spots here, they've got 8 takeaways already through just 3 games. Defensive back Devin Witherspoon has a pair of interceptions from the secondary, one fumble recovery, and 18 total tackles for the Spoon Man. Meanwhile, defensive lineman Owen Carney has 3 sacks on the season himself, 1 forced fumble, and 13 total tackles for the big fella. And, of course, can't forget about tough-as-nails Jake Hansen, who currently leads this Illini defense with 37 total tackles, along with an interception and 2 forced fumbles. Hansen also has a sack and a fumble recovery on the season as well. Illinois has successfully gotten the job done against the spread in 8 out of their last dozen ball games. Of course, that dates back to last season as well. And when it comes to the total in this one, Illinois' last 3 straight ball games stayed under the posted total. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, we're looking at a Nebraska Cornhusker team who saw their last 3 straight contests stay under the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward another underdog in this one. Give me the underdog Illinois Fighting Illini plus 15 and the under 59 in that ball game. And with that, we're going to dive into the game of the week, really. If you think about it, it is going to be Indiana, Ohio State, 12 p.m. Eastern start time. The Buckeyes are the 21-point favorite at home, total 66.5. The Buckeyes